everybody, and welcome back to the dumbest modeling channel on all of YouTube, Pit Stain Hobbies. We're back working on, oh my god, these boxes are getting big and heavy. The beautiful Agora Models A6M Zero Fighter. This is pack 9. Oh yeah. Okay, look at all those parts. Click the links below to Agora Models. There's also links below to my Amazon store where you can buy my clutter. My tools and supplies. I try to list everything I use on the channel on there that I get on Amazon at least. Like this. Do you ever buy something and then realize when it shows up, you just bought a lifetime supply? I mean, I'm in my mid-40s. How many more of these crazy glue extension precision little applicator tubes am I going to need? But buying them 10 at a time at Hobbytown is, it's $3-4 each time, whatever it is. Like $11 for 1,000 of them. There we go. I think I'll be dead before that bag is done. We've got some beautiful parts in here. We start getting some of the outer skin of the fuselage, but we're going to start with 71, which is some base action. Oh my, more. Oh boy, this is okay. It's getting pretty close to 76. They put these things in here geometrically and not numerically. That's the best way to describe how your parts will be packed into these boxes. Geometrically inserted, very much like a Tetris game to protect during shipping. They don't care if they're in number order though. I don't think any parts where a company does that. But it's a heavy box. It's got a bit of that IKEA furniture in there. Here's a piece right here. 71. Let's rip her open. Let's see. All right. That bag's there. That's the metal bracket. More metal brackets. And these plasticky little nest them together to save room in the garbage bag. So you know the bills are getting high. Trying to economize how quickly I fill up my garbage bags. There's a piece of the front of the display base. So a little woohoo, hello. A couple little holes in there. I have 3 openings. Yes, I know. It was just an office joke meme I saw. You got to get joy in life somewhere besides just building model kits. Well, not really, actually. Just build model kits. It's fine. I wholly condone that activity. Buy all the models. Build all the models. We got some big, fat, chunky boy screws and some little bitty screws. We had a couple of these brackets in the last stage, I think. Not quite sure. We'll find out. If I can read instructions. So we've got to take some of our other display pedestal from a previous stage. Let me go grab that over here and not try to knock everything on the floor. There we go. Yes. This thing right here. We need one of our big boy Phillips heads. Oh, you're conveniently located there, Mr. Vessel. Japanese. Oh, these are so nice. I love them. We're going to take this. Oh, there goes my mouse. I'm going to take this brace here and put it right across there. Get a couple screws in. Very much like building prefab furniture right here. So we just loosely fit one end in place. Just get the screw started. And then you can put the other side in, and you can see what we're doing here. It's really not rocket science, or else I would not be doing it. I never got those little, those little model rockets. You'd get the little one-time use engine for, and you'd put the rocket together, and you'd have the little button launcher with a wire, this battery power, and it goes up, and then pops something out, and there's a little. I would have just been shooting G.I. Joes and Hot Wheels cars into orbit, and they would have come down and hurt somebody, or myself, most likely. Probably a good idea I didn't do that. So, Got our screws in. Then we need, oh, back to the pickup truck storage area. Oh, almost knocked something over. Oh, what's new? There we go. And is this bag leaking screws? Oh no, I took these out of something else the other day. I don't know. So we're gonna take this part and the corner with the hole faces in, and this just will slot into here like that. And yeah, okay, that's stage complete. Still got some stuff laying around. Some of the underside of the display panel. I need 72 now. Let's get that out of the box. There we go. 72. All right. The display base might go together a little slower than a biltong or a malm or whatever those things are at IKEA. Ooh, look, a little bit of belly panel there. Belly landing. I guess then we get a few more of these little screws. And then another piece of IKEA panel. There we go. I like to smell things every now and then. Yeah, smells fine. Actually smells very similar to IKEA. There we go. This has 3 holes, 3 threaded screw holes, and this will go somewhere. Let's see. And now they're like, okay, just get this all out of the way and go grab your plane. I'm gonna go get the plane. I'll be right back. All right, so we got the plane back upside down. I'm propping up the tail with my little Smeat can, which is a movie prop version of a can of Spam. Designed and printed, the label at least, invented by the Earl Hayes Press. Famously used in shows such as The Walking Dead and many others. Smeat. Nom, nom, nom. And the can is not a real Spam can because I don't want meat rotting. And it's actually like a little piggy bank. Actually, it's one of those little hidey holes for your secret things. Your teenager and live with mom and dad, and you don't want them to know what kind of medicinal stuff. Yeah, we're gonna take this. It's got pegs here that line up with the holes on the bottom, and we're just gonna kind of. There we go. Snap her into place. Okay, don't do that while it's laying upside down because there is a risk that you could damage something. Then we're going to flip it back over. And oh dear God, these, okay, I see what I'm doing. Okay, I got it. I got it. I got it. We've got this. Let's zoom in here. There we go. Right there. There's a hole there. There's a hole exactly on the opposite side in the same place that we got to get our little screws into here. Make sure you don't get your wires pinched. Okay, those are out of the way. The other one, this one's a lot easier to do because it's not obstructed by any wires being nearby. Righty tighty, lefty loosey, everybody. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, carefuling. Just be careful where you grab her. You know, you don't want to offend her or snap a part off. And then we got this with these 4 little peg posts, and those 2 at the back are a little closer together. The 2 at the front. And they snap right in. Now, we're not gluing those because we probably have to pop this off and snap back down again. Maybe we get more of the lower fuselage in there. So that's that. And then we'll look. And okay, they're like, get rid of the plane. I'm going to go put this back on its little resting perch area, and I will be right back with the base again. Okay, we've got our base back here. Then we got this part with the 2 holes right there are going to line up with this. And then this one just has to go in there. And we need 2 more of those chubby screws. There we go. Never thought I'd be building furniture as part of a part work. Well, my buddy Buck is actually doing the Moomin, I think the Moomin dollhouse thing. You really got to build the furniture. Oh, for cripe's sake, what is going on here? Okay, so my screw holes aren't lining up perfectly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back these 2 screws off just a hair. There we go. There we go. See, now it lets you move things around a little. Make sure that's pushed in all the way. Then we should be able to line up our screws a little better. These screws are there's some kind of almost not, but kind of still sort of stainless. They're not super ferrous. They don't like sticking to the screwdriver, which is magnetized, all that well. Maybe I just need to remagnetize my screwdriver again. I don't know. And then once you get those 2 down, make sure you keep this panel, keep pressure on it, and then tighten these down, because you want everything to fit up really nice and snug. So now that that's in there, okay, it's still a little floppy, but that holds them in there well enough. And that's it for that stage. We're going to get 73 out. And I'm not sure what I'm doing yet, so I'm just going to get out 73, which does include another large chunk of IKEA furniture. Oh, and some inner fuselage skeleton frame. All right. That out of here. This out of here. Okay. Garbage is filling up rapidly. Oh, that plastic. That's nice. They put the little elbows on everything. There we go. I'm sure we're not using this yet, but oh, look at that. That's got a whole bunch of screw bosses there. Bunch. So that's going to go. So this is going to be one absolutely just massive base. I'm pretty sure we're not using that yet. Let's see what they want us to do. If we scroll, testing the operation of the rudders and elevators. Interesting. Okay. Let me put this away and I'll get the plane back out and the test board and the battery pack and I'll be right back. Okay, so what we've done, we're following the instructions. We took the servo wire from H2 and we plugged it into our test board. Mine, I needed to use this little adapter cable, so I left that in place. Power her on and we're gonna test her out. Okay, and center, and that's pretty centered. If it was off noticeably, like 1 o'clock or 11 o'clock on a clock, if it was out of there, you'd want to undo the servo horn and then rotate it into place until that servo is straight while this is in the centering mode, and then put the horn back on and put the screw back in place just to get that centered, because we want everything to be in the middle there. But with that being said, that's fine. And now we're going to hook up, what is this, H3? We'll hook up H3. Probably should have. Okay. And that's about dead straight back there too. There's always a little bit of play in the mechanism. The tiniest bit of slop. So if it doesn't look like it's perfectly flat, I might want to glue this little flappy thing in place. Or just do something to keep it from flapping around. Because that one kind of stays where you put it. This one's just a little bit on the loose side for my liking. You're not supposed to get glue on it, but it's not separately controllable, so I might as well just glue it in place. Now we did that. Did that. Step 2. Installing the board. And then we've got this other one. This is from the other side. So we want to pull out this servo harness. Probably best idea. Turn off your tester. And then this one, this is H1. And that's for this little servo right here. And we're going to turn it back on. And we're going to center that servo. There we go. We're going to do the swing test. And then hit that first button for centering. And carefuling in. Oh boy. Okay. Things a little fiddly when you're da-da-da-da-da from the 38 and necessary to leave the adapter connect the tester. Remove the screw from the arm. There's your servo. Yeah, press the centering button. That's fine. Turn the power on. And then we've got something else going on in here. What is, oh, there's a little servo right there. The little horn. Oh, good God. Here, let me show you. So this one is for these guys here, I think. And that servo horn is that little guy in there. How the heck am I supposed to get that in there? Okay, well, we'll figure it out. I might have to remove the main circuit board to get that in there, but I'll be right back once I figure that out. Okay, so we're going to go into Ian doesn't follow the instruction manual anymore. No, partially. I just think it's easier this way. The instructions tell you to remove the entire circuit board to get this in here. But if you can see, you can play with those ailerons, and you can get now, you got this Z-hook shaped one. You want to push it in to the hole that way. Okay, then bend it back. All right. And then just fish it through the wires there and get it in the vicinity of the servo. Then we're going to take our servo wire, plug it back into the test board, power it back up, recenter the servo. Okay, we're going to test play. I just like playing with the servo test button. And then what we want to do, I'm going to leave this powered on and centered. Now what that's going to do is that's going to make the servo hold center, which you want. I've done a lot of work with servos over the years. A lot of RC car stuff mostly. But we're going to take our little servo horn, push it on the part, and then getting those about even, then we're going to put it on the servo, push it on there, final, get our little screw in place, and just pretty snug is fine. Then we can hit our little servo test button and see what these do. Oh, that's centering. Center. There we go. Nice. So, careful when you're handling it from the bottom. Those little flaps with the... Now, I think that side's up a little. That side's... Let me see. There's a little bit of slop. Center. Centering. Come on. Okay. This one seems to... No, if you tap it, that one's fine. And that one looks okay. Okay, I think we're good with the servo basically straight vertical when it's centered. There's a lot of little teeth in there, so you can move it a little bit here and there. It's not as fine adjustments as, you know, you would like, but that's how servos are built. All servos are the same. There's like, 14 teeth around them, or 16 teeth, or however many it is. So that's how much of an angle you're going to make a change in the alignment of your parts when you move the servo horn around. So now we've got that in. And in the photos, it does show it basically vertically straight up is where you want it. And now there's a little part we got to put on from stage 57. And we need some little screws. The mechanism 30. Okay, let me go get some more parts. I'll be right back. All right, well, here's me not following the instructions still, so I'm making this a little more difficult than it needs to be. But what we got here now is we got those two posts, and we got the little metal rod, and they want us to put this piece on top of it to kind of capture that rod. Let's see if we can get that in there. Yes, we can. But now the wiring harnesses are all in the way. So I'm going to have to unplug all these wires, which is honestly, in my opinion, I think a little easier than having to take the whole motherboard out. But that's just me. So I'm going to get those two screws into that hole and that hole that are kind of buried in the wires. And I'll be right back. Alrighty. That's all together. Pack 11 of my Optimus Prime from Agora just showed up. I'm so excited. Okay. So we got that in there. It wasn't that hard. I didn't even have to take out any wires. I just had to use like a skinnier screwdriver that would sneak between them. We got all of our other wires plugged in now. Now we got to go ahead, turn this around. And we got to install, let's see here. What do we got in here? I'm going to install the rod for the tail gear. Where is it? Oh, I need pack 74. That's stage 74. That would explain why I can't find that rod. Here's 74. You know, I don't misrepresent. I try not to lie to anybody, especially about being the dumbest YouTuber. Well, the dumbest modeling channel on YouTube. There's dumber YouTubers than me, I'm sure. We got a couple little screws, a little trim thing. We've got this metal, and then there's no and then. Maybe I took the rod. Maybe the rod came in some earlier stage. I'll be right back. All right. Well, I did have one incident where I was. I keep all my parts for each build on a cookie sheet. They each have their own cookie sheet. They're big cookie sheets. Most builds, not every build. And I lost the rod. This was from like stage 53. What I did do is I had some same size metal wire down here. I just fashioned the rod myself, and I already installed it. But basically, it's the same exact look. So that end goes into there. You take these two screws off for this cover, and you just push that into there. That end of the elbow into there. Put the cover back on, and Bob's your uncle. Ah, boy. I'm very lucky. I happen to have some, I guess it's kind of like piano wire. Like I said, I did a lot of RC car stuff, so I actually had a lot of spare servo linkage wire just floating around. This is actually a tiny bit thicker wire, but it fits just fine. And I made myself a replacement. I feel like a complete ass. But either way, no harm, no foul. It is an identical copy of the factory part. So it goes right in. It's no big deal. We're going to take now our frame here for the tail. We're going to start buttoning up all the guts. Okay, so there's from stage 73 on that side. Let me grab the one from the other side. There's a lot of me walking back and forth tonight. There we go. And here's the one that we had from stage 68. And we are going to sandwich them together. Sandwich, as we say in New York City. Yes. I know it sounds bizarre, but, you know, New York people. We're all a little weird. So this looks like it's going to go right about there. Like that. And the other side is going to go through. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we got to really stuff the sausage here of wires. Yes, Ian, we could be using zip ties. It's probably easier to get this side down first. This is getting just sort of unwieldy to hold. But we've got a hole there in the center of that motherboard. We got another one up here. We got another one down here. And those are where we want to get our posts. So we're going to get that one in there. Good. Kind of try to hold it. Come on. Go in your home. There we go. All right. And then these other two. One for the light for the tail. That's going to go. We're going to get this one in. Okay, that's in, and the bottom one's in. Perfect. Now that we've got those, this side really just falls into place on those posts that are sticking through. There we go. A little bit of a positive click. And then, oh my gosh, okay. Those are together. And then we got to get 1, 2, 3, 4 screws in there. And the 4 screws are going to be, oh, come on, a little fiddly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, better view. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to get those in and I'll be right back because this is a wee bit on the fiddly side. Okay. BRB. Well, there we go. Okay, I gotta get. Oh, I should really do the stickers that say "Alright, Ethan" or "There we go" or something like that. I don't know. Guess a bit of a catchphrase. But we got this thing in, and if you see, hold on, careful, Ian. If you see a tiny bit, see how this part is a little warpy, right here and here. That's all going to get pressed down by the outer hull panels. I wouldn't worry about that if you see that. Don't freak out. Now what we got to do is, this is the side of the fuselage that goes over here near the cockpit. We got to put in a little step for the pilot to get in. Most fighter planes in general have one of those. So we take a little step like this and we just shove it into that little hole. And the outside it'll flip down, but we just do that. I click back over to my PDFs, and we're gonna orient this part like this. I'm gonna put my finger on the outside of that little step to hold it in place. I'm gonna take this itty bitty little bracket, and with the notch facing up, we're just gonna press it down on here. Oh, and that is a good tight fit. At a positive click. So I'm not worried about doing that. And then let's see if it works. Look at that, it flips out. Cute. And it flips up. Stays in place pretty well. Pop, just poke the bottom of it and it flips down. And look at that beautiful rivet detail. They're nice. Paint work is very nice on this part. I'd almost enter this damn thing in a real model show. I think I would. I think I might. Got to bring something cool to Wonderfest. I have some other stuff I'm working on, but I don't know. I might bring this. Because I think Lou Dalmaso, the Aztec dummy, he's an awesome dude. He's also building the Agora Optimus Prime. I am building the Agora Optimus Prime. We are neck and neck in completion level, just about. He just did pack 11. I'm going to do pack 11 next. And I think he might bring his to Wonderfest. He also has like a box truck or a trailer, because... No, he doesn't. That's not him. That would be Steve from, whatchamacallit, Cult TV Man. Yeah, he has the truck. He's a vendor. So if Lou's bringing his Optimus, I don't need to bring my Optimus, because I really wanted to bring it to Wonderfest, but I might bring this. And there we go. That's it. That's done. So next is enough flapping your lips, and this video is long enough. without all of your bloviating. Oh, Phil, I'm sorry, I used your word. Okay, stage 75, installing the left, front, and rear external panels. I'm just reading the instructions. Let's get those parts out. Whoa, another lovely painted piece of the fuselage skin. Oh, it's in a tray this way. Pull that out. Yep, carefully. Not as much as some people would like me to, or I would. A little triangular panel. This is metal. We've got a little do thingy. That's probably for the little red light in the tail. And then we've got this. Oh, hold on. Let me get rid of this garbage here in the... I really need a bigger garbage pail down here. This thing fills up after every, like, part work pack. Let's look at this. Look at that. It's like pretty much legible. I mean, it's not in English, obviously, but yeah, those look like kanji or whatever. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there's some little paint details that are very nice. And we are going to get some water slides for this to put on, you know, the big red circles. So that's cool. And also the tail numbers. But yeah, very nice. Okay, all right, enough swooning over parts. No one wants to see my leg area there. Okay, so we're gonna. Oh, okay, got it. So we're gonna take this and this panel, and we're going to put them together. Like so. Oh, okay. So you want to like rock this one in right here first, and then it'll drop right in over those two studs. And then we're going to take two of our, the hell screws are there? 75. So they have a flange on them. We're going to take two of those, put those right here and here with a little 3-in-1 oil. All right, I'll be right back. Oh, okie dokie. Now we're going to take this little panel off that was underneath. I popped it off the other when I was squeezing things together here. Now that we've got this put together, we got to take this section here, and we're kind of going to hook it under. Actually, no, we're going to take the back section right here, slide it over that, then pull it forward, okay, a little bit, then hook that front area kind of underneath right there. Are we in? No. We seem to be a little rearward from where we should be. There we go. Yeah. And there's posts right there. So that's like your locating post. And there's got to be something I'm not... There we go. Look at that. Snap her into place right there. There we go. That's yeah. There, that's what we want. Okay. And then this back part here, I mean, it's fine. I mean, these are going to come together in the end somehow or another. Oh, we got a couple screws here. So let me just put this down now that we've taken our little victory lap for no good reason, but come on. These landing gear doors, you got to be very careful with them. Make sure they're fully closed. Oh, dear. Okay. Oh, geez, now I got to turn it around again. We're going to take our little plastic light pipe here for the tail. And then, yes, again, I know it's an old joke, but it still checks out. Oh, and then we're going to put it onto these two posts right here so that when this all comes together properly, yeah, then the LED has something, yeah, it has the little light little light pipe in front of the LED. Perfect. All right. Oh, Jesus. If I don't, it'll be a miracle if I don't break my landing gear doors. I should have gotten one of those. I should have gotten a plane jig, model plane jigs. You can make it yourself. You can 3D print it, make it out of wood, cover it with some foam. Basically get it like underneath the wings here, and underneath the fuselage like here, and it'll set it down. It won't, it's nice. But I'm not a big model airplane builder, so I didn't have all that. So we're gonna get a few screws in here. 7405. We're gonna get one screw, okay? One screw right there, okay? And that is metal, so 3-in-1 oil, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so yeah, that one screw's right in there, and we're gonna save this panel in the baggie. We're not gonna use it now because we're completely done with stage 75. Now we got stage 76, which is the speaker. And honestly, the way that the base is being constructed, it's gonna be a halfway decent little speaker enclosure, I think. There we go. Okay, so that's all your parts. Is a little speaker. It's an 8-ohm half-watt speaker. So you could measure this, and you could potentially maybe put a louder speaker in there. I don't know. You might overload the circuit board, but we just got to assemble this thingy. So we're literally just going to untie the wire knot that was tied so beautifully by that one poor schmuck in China who had to do this as his job. I'm so sorry, wire twisting dude. I'm so sorry. We thank you for your service. But man, there we go. He works right next to the zip tie guy, the twist tie guy, I mean. There we go. Okay, that's quite a long wire, actually. Jeez. Well, the base is like 2 feet by 2 feet. And we're just gonna bend the wires carefully that way. Make sure they don't like break the leads off of there. And we're just gonna drop the speaker in. And then, here we go. Then we're gonna take this little retainer plate and we're gonna get the wire through one of these openings and try to line up the opening with where the wire is coming out of the speaker. See, just like that. And well, stage 76 is complete. That's it. That's all we're doing. We've got this metal plate. I don't know what it's for yet, but it's not for the base, obviously. We got our little speaker, nice and discreet looking. The base is black. The speaker is going to be black. That's good. Stage 77 parts now. We've got the other front of this part on this side. Let's see here. Let's get this out of here. We have a couple more screws. And we have another wing root. So we had another one. Where did I put it? Where'd it go? There it is. So these are going to be like for the stabilizers, for the roots of the stabilizers. I think I'm just going to put this one and the baggie together. There we go. Put those aside. And 77, these screws we'll need to keep, obviously. Then we unbox this and another beautiful panel. Lovely paintwork. And what are we doing here? Stage 77 parts. We'll be unpacking. That's it. Stage 77 is done. This pack is done. This happens sometimes, because like if we had 78, 79, maybe, we'd be putting this side of the skin on. But it is what it is. It was an awesome build. There's no pilot leg. They all come in and out from this side. And the skin on this plane was so thin, you had to be very, very careful where you stepped on the plane because it was like aluminum foil. I mean, not real. It was like it was literally about, I think, about the thickness of like a heavy duty beer can. like, maybe it was like not an American beer can, but if anyone's gotten like a big can of Sapporo, that's a good combination too, because that is a tasty Japanese beer. The steel can Sapporo, it's not really steel, they just call it steel can, but it's like a heavier gauge beer can. Pretty much the thickness. This thing was you could just poke and make dents in the skin on these old planes, I think. But that's it. Thank you so much for coming. Click the links below to Agora Models. Click the links below to my Amazon store where I have a whole crap ton and no sort of organization whatsoever of tools and equipment and supplies and all the little things that give the person with OCD who watches my channel the cringies from how messy my workbench is. But thank you for watching. We'll see you next time for pack 10 of the Zero Fighter from Agora, which I'm loving. Thanks for watching, everybody. Adios.